So, there has been a long debate about whether genes or environment play a role in development. Genes are what we call nature, while the environment is nurture. Nature consists of traits that you usually get from your biological parents, things like eye color and height, while nurture can include traits as introversion or extroversion and can affect their cognitive development. Epigenetics turn genes on or off based on your environment. Epigenetics connect nature and nurture. So if you decide to eat healthy, epigenetics can turn on the gene that controls height. If you do not eat nutritious meals, you could be shorter than if you had. While we can't control our genes, we can control our environment. A loving and positive environment can help guide how your child's genes express themselves. The environment in which a child grows up can influence their behavior, personality, and cognitive development. For example, studies have shown that children who grow up in poverty are more likely to experience developmental delays and have lower cognitive abilities than children who have grown up in more affluent environments. Develop follows a predictable pattern, although children develop at their own pace. Even though a child may be the same age, one child may be able to roll over while another is still laying on their side. So when we think about children developing, we think of all the areas a child can grow. There are 4 main areas of development for children. Their physical, intellectual, social, and emotional developments. These are the main categories children will develop in. Physical development is the actual growth of bones and muscles. There are 2 types of physical development. We have gross or large motor skills, and these include a child's ability to sit, stand, walk, run, balance, and change positions. Fine or small motor skills include using hand movements or muscles to hold a spoon or fork, holding a crown, or zipping a jacket. Physical development can also include basic growth principles. The physiological principles state that growth happens first in the head and then proceeds to the rest of the body. We develop visual abilities before we can develop physical abilities like walking. The proximodistal principle states that development starts from the center of the body outward. This means we can gain control of our trunk, arms, and legs before we gain control of our fingers and toes. The ability to gain knowledge through experiences is intellectual development. This is also known as cognitive development and may be used interchangeably. This includes all of the processes of the brain like thinking, learning, and solving problems. Emotional development includes the thoughts and feelings of children. They may express their feelings in a variety of communications. From crying to smiling, there is a lot of new feelings that children experience. Emotional development can sometimes include social development and be referred to social emotional development. Social development includes all the ways the child communicates, which is sometimes why it is included in emotional development, since emotions are ways to communicate. Social development also includes anything a child does with another person. Children learn to share, make new friends, take turns, and communicate with each other. So in order for a child to grow and develop, the environment must be healthy. Positive environments set up positive, healthy children, where negative environments set the children up for failure. Without a solid foundation to grow, the child may not thrive. It is imperative that children are born into healthy environments so they can grow into healthy adults. Simpler circuits come first, and more complex brain circuits build on them later. Genes provide the basic blueprint, but experiences influence how or whether genes are expressed. Together, they shape the quality of brain architecture and establish either a sturdy or fragile foundation for all of the learning, health, and behavior that follow. Plasticity, or the ability for the brain to reorganize and adapt, is greatest in the first years of life and decreases with age. Plasticity refers to the way a brain can reorganize its circuits and adapt to the environment. For example, if a child did not have a positive home environment while growing up, it does not mean that the child will ultimately suffer. When that child is taken out of the negative environment and placed into a positive one, brain circuits can increase and get rid of the old negative information to make room for new positive information. This is known as plasticity. Not all stress is bad for the child. For example, if a child is crying for a short time, this stress allows him to learn how to self-soothe, how to make himself feel better. Only if the stress is prolonged and repeated will it have a negative effect on the child. One way to grow the brain is through nurture. As a caregiver, you can create a healthy environment, one that a baby can trust. This is known as serve and return. It is the act of giving away information so someone can receive it and then the child sends back the message. It is a back and forth communication style. This is what grows the baby's brain and sets up a positive foundation for learning. For example, when a parent makes a silly face at a child and the child copies the facial expressions, then a laugh happens and another one. This back and forth communication style strengthens the brain structure.